Robert Harper, joined by the head women's basketball coach here at the University of North Florida, Mary Tapp. Her team prepares for the 2012-2013 basketball season. And Coach, last year didn't end the way that you would have preferred, but a fresh start this year, a chance to begin anew. How do you like the way that your team is coming together in the early part of the year?
Well, we're battling some injuries early, so it's been a little bit of a struggle to get everything put together. But the work ethic, the chemistry, all the intangible things that you look for in a team are there. So I think as we start to get healthy, we've got 4 new players that are going to have to play significant minutes for us. So as they kind of get comfortable in the offense and the defensive schemes, I like us.
Your team has to find a new leading scorer. As well documented that Brittany Kirkland had a fantastic career here with the Ospreys. How do you go about replacing her? Maybe not with one, but maybe with 2 or 3 different players that can certainly help you out in finding a little bit more offense.
Well, you don't replace a Brittany Kirkland, but we already knew that. And with Fab's injury late last season, we got some opportunities for our young kids, Destiny Smith, to get some quality minutes for us late down the stretch. We've signed a junior college kid, Kiana Connor, who really can score the ball. Destiny can score, so we're not looking for one person to give us Brittany's points. We're looking for 2 or 3 kids, and I think if you have 2 or 3 kids that give you 8 to 9 points a game, it makes us much harder to guard.
You mentioned Fab Jocelyn, her injury. She is now back and practicing and should be ready, hopefully, for that 2012 opener on November 10th. But your team, as you prepare for that and you get her back, how much does having a little bit of leadership and having that dynamic play at point guard certainly help?
Well, the play at point guard is huge for us, and Fab, I think, saw a lot and learned a lot down the stretch while she was sitting on the bench with a broken ankle. But we have 4 seniors that are great leaders for us, and they are really bringing the babies along well. And it's truly not a point guard's job. I think it's the upperclassmen's job to bring the whole team along. And I know these 4 seniors are really committed to going out in style.
You mentioned seniors. I want to talk about another Jakin Kerr. She's a perimeter scorer. She's hit some big shots in her North Florida career, and she's part of that process of bringing those youngsters along. How important is her perimeter play, her ability to hit shots on the perimeter, going to be for your team?
Oh, it's been huge for us, and I think Jadekin is one of those kids that, I get mad when she misses. It's one of those things you just assume when she's shooting. She's kind of like Parker Smith on the men's team. You just assume when she shoots it, it's going in. But quality individual, probably one of the best people I have ever been around. Quiet leader, just comes to work every day, does what she needs to do. But her ability to shoot the ball has been instrumental in our success for the last 4 years.
Talked about the seniors and how important it is to bring the youngsters along. It's early in the year. I don't know if a lot of people know who those youngsters to look for are. Give us an indication of those newcomers and maybe some ones that you expect to help you immediately, that you need to help you immediately.
Well, the newcomers, we have 3 freshmen. Bree Crum, a point guard from Tampa, which I think is probably, being a point guard as a freshman, the jump from high school to college is a big step. And then all of a sudden now you're in charge and you have to know everything that the coach wants you to run. It takes a while, a long time, or a longer time for the point guard to kind of get in sync. We've got a very athletic 3-player, Jada from Texas, and then Shayla Wilson from Tampa as a backup post player, and then Kiana Connor, our junior college player, that really can and score the ball, and we look for some really big things from her.
The Atlantic Sun Conference, year in and year out, very, very competitive on both the men's and the women's side. As you look at the conference makeup this year, what does your team have to do in order to be competitive at the top like you want to be year in and year out?
We're going to have to defend the basketball, rebound really well. I think our scoring is going to be a little bit more exciting this year. But I think night in, night out, we have to be ready to play. And any given night, there's so much more parity in the league right now that you can't afford to have an off night. There's not a big separation from the top to the bottom. And I think right now the team to beat is Stetson.
Stetson obviously has been there in the past. A couple of years ago, won a championship. Florida Gulf Coast, obviously the most recent. Those have been the 2 programs that kind of everybody has pointed to here as of late. But you mentioned it. There's not all that much difference. How much of a difference, or how much more of a step do you think this program needs to take to, I guess, be considered in that light year in and year out?
Well, I think we talked about we lost 7 games by fewer than 10 points. So free throws made makes our record 17 and 13 versus 13 and 17. So, it's taking care of the little things, the attention to detail. As long as we stay healthy and we continue to develop and work hard, I like our chances.
Coach, as practice continues here in the next couple of weeks and getting preparation for that first game, what do you want to see your team do that'll help you, I guess, as you get prepared? What are some of the things maybe that you want to clean up just a little bit?
Defense. That's my end of the floor. I think that's the end that, every team in this league can score the ball. It's a matter of who can stop them. And we were one of the better teams in the conference last year defensively. My goal is to have us beat the top defensive team, because once you get the conference tournament, everything gets a little bit tighter. Shots don't necessarily fall. And when you're playing back-to-back nights, I think the team that defends and rebounds the best really wins the conference.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck in the upcoming 2012-2013 basketball season. We look forward to catching up with you as we get closer to that start.
Thanks, Robert.
There you go. That's the head coach for the Ospreys, Mary Tapp, joining us here with a preview look at her 2012-2013 season.